Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trekking Across the Universe here on the NDB Media Network. It is December 7th, 2024, a date which will live in infamy, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for joining us. We're here for episode 8 of the final season of Star Trek Lower Decks, and it's been a wonderful ride as of so far. I want to welcome my co-host, starting right next to me. How are you doing, Michael?
Oh, I'm next to you. Oh, I wasn't ready. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's just, exciting. And I'm glad, we have a full complement.
Yes, we do. We have a full lower decker crew today, so I guess we are Alpha Shift, but we'll get to that right now.
But then we should leave
No, we're not.
because, they weren't in it much.
I have a sneaky suspicion that our intro is going to last longer than the review, but we'll get to that. Good evening, Commander Cooper. Commander Cooper, how you doing?
I'm fine. A little tired this evening, I take it.
I'd forgotten. Woman, you are so deep into this network that you have different personalities, and I wanted to get the correct one. So that's why I had to who are you? Oh, yeah, Commander Cooper.
Yeah. Well, you created split personalities for me, so I have to cope somehow.
Yes, fair enough. So how you doing?
Stop over.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Admiral, Greg, how you doing?
I'm doing well, I think. On
Yeah.
this chilly Saturday evening.
Ooh, it's been cold out here in the morning. I guess on the East Coast it's been very cold.
Yes, it was 10 this morning. 10
Ooh.
Fahrenheit, so that would be what, minus 18 for you, Aaron?
That's cold.
The coldest I've ever been in was 12, and that was in Denver, Colorado. Wow, that's cold. Well, I'm sorry, Greg, but I'm glad you're here joining us. Aaron, how you doing, young man?
Good. Sun is shining. Put the Christmas tree up yesterday, so Christmas is officially here.
Indeed it is. Our tree is up. I don't know how long it's been up, maybe about 10 days or so. And they did a nice job decorating it. I may put a picture up. Excuse me. I may put a picture up on the internet later on this week. But it's all good. It is Christmas. It is the holiday season. Unlike Aaron, though, I don't understand how it could be summer during Christmas. So it's just one of those things. But maybe Aaron will be able to educate us on how such a hot time Christmas is.
I honestly, if I could swap it for winter, I would. I remember Christmas is usually the hottest day of the year for us.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh. Wow.
So Santa rides in his bathing suit, I take it, his Speedo or something, and delivers?
Wouldn't blame him, honestly.
Don't give me that look, Roger.
I'm there. I was able to avoid the image, and now sadly I am there. I am in the North Pole right now. Oh, for the love of all that is cold. Well,
And
all right.
that is why Greg no longer wears small, tight bathing suits.
Well, good for you, young man.
Why? Because you saw Santa? Is that why?
No, because
when he was crossing the equator?
I'm getting close to looking like Santa in a Speedo.
Santa sheds his clothing as he crosses the equator.
Oh, that's funny. Didn't think about that. I guess you have to tailor yourself to where you are. When in Rome, I suppose. Oh, wow. All right. Well, fair enough. Folks, we're here for Lower Decks, episode 8. After this one, there's only 2 more to go, unless they have some sort of a surprise for us. But the episode is entitled Upper Decks, written by Cullen Crawford, and it's directed by Bob Suarez. Greg, what are your thoughts on the episode? I was going to say we're done.
It had a few charming moments for me, but very few.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
One of the highlights for me was Billups in engineering with his junior officer. I thought I got a kick out of that.
I didn't understand that whole sequence at all. I'm sorry.
Dude, that was the point. It was techno babble on steroids.
Well, I did not understand what was going on.
The joke. Aaron, was it? Because it was out of control, dude.
Yep. It was like what they had like a full solid minute of just like techno battle.
I
Yes.
think that's why I enjoyed that segment. That and like he's like just pulling panels off and stuff's like catching on fire. He's like, no big deal. the
Yeah.
damn compass.
For the longest time, I understood the techno babble, and somewhere around Voyager 5th or 6th season, I was like, what is? And it was from that point forward where I just could not. I was like, okay, I hear you, but I just didn't get it. And after the fact, sometimes I would, but it just got to the point. I think that was the joke of that segment or whatever, that storyline, is that the technobabble was out of control. Okay, Greg, I appreciate that. Commander Cooper?
I had several issues actually with this episode. One, it was nice to see them flipping to the upper decks, but they should have done it, 2-3 seasons ago. It felt like they were almost just trying to shove this at us at the last moment, and there wasn't really anything prevalent. It was just, okay, we've got to get another episode in here, but we have so many other issues we need to tie up. Why are they shoving this at us? And then I had a big issue with they took a comedy and turned Schlax's PTS into a comedy with his flashbacks, and that bugged me really bad.
Ooh.
The only thing I actually found funny was the doctor and her pain control, because I am so used to seeing doctors, oh, you don't have any pain, and they don't get it. So that part was kind of fun to see her, well, let's give me some pain. But other than that, no, I found this episode not disappointing, but maddening. Yeah, I don't think it was done right.
Michael?
Well, I agree with a lot of that, but as I said, the techno babble just got me so. I mean, I looked at it twice, and the second time it was worse. And the other thing, I was actually happy they went to the upper decks, but I totally agree with Commander Cooper that they should have done it long ago.
Yeah.
But it was nice having it, and saying, oh, is this what they do up here? But I also it was interesting that Lower Deck said they were the stars. And, without, it had to be them, or, there wasn't a show. And then, Roger, that's my sentiment exactly. But
I apologize. I don't know what I was trying to croak out. Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, but and then we go to the upper decks, and they basically say the same thing, that they're the stars, kind of, not saying it, but I just thought that was kind of humorous. And then we got to see Beta. Was it Beta and Gamma?
Delta.
Oh, Delta. Which was like they weren't getting along at all. It reminded me of the episode way back that a couple of them had to work with our Lower Decks people, and they couldn't do it either. So
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around season 2 or 3.
yeah,
The quote was, "Funny, we are kind of the stars of the show around here."
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was something like that.
And it was funny that Boimler said it. That hit. Aaron?
Yeah, look, I have to agree with everybody else. I think this one was a bit of a miss. Again, like it seemed obvious to do an Upper Decks episode at some point, given how this show is based. But yeah, it wasn't interesting enough. I think it would have made more sense if the characters went through a mission together, rather than we saw vignettes of their individual problems, and their individual problems weren't exactly a surprise either. It wasn't a massive revelation. We kind of saw that Ransom behaved that way in order to get people to work together in the previous 4 seasons, so it's not like that was a massive, oh wow, he's so clever. And yeah, the same with Dr. Turner. Strax didn't seem like that was a massive shock. to the system. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was just a miss.
I commented to Michael this year that I was looking so much forward to Futurama, The Return. There are 2 seasons, and I did not laugh till episode 9, if I remember correctly. And I laughed once, and that was it. I have to tell you, I did not laugh until the very last moment. Boom! When T. Lynn was trying to tell her joke or whatever. I was watching the episode. It has my attention. There were some moments. The whole thing with Ransom, when he faked the nap, the lower decker caught Ransom and promises not to tell anyone. I mean, that was interesting play. And she called him a doofus to his face. Like,
Mhm.
Okay, it's funny, but who can call their
Commanding officer.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I did, but it was a little. It was worse. But yeah, being able to call your supervisor a clown to their face is phenomenal, and I have the emo to prove it. But anyway, I really did not laugh throughout the entire episode. I was watching it, and I wasn't watching the clock. I thought it was a nice surprise. I read the schedule. And I was trying to see if I could see anything in there, but no. It was just staff meeting, bar, Barnes,
Yeah.
sousaphone recital, the multi-purpose room, the fertility event. It was kind of funny. It's a life form. I may have internalized that one. I was like, okay. That was a bit creative. It's a life form, duh. And they say, oh, we thought you were human. A lot of people mistake me for that. I did catch the reference. I think it was the episode Inner Phase, where Ro and Geordi are caught in the transporter.
It's the next phase.
The next phase. Thank
Yeah.
you. Very. I did appreciate that. But Ransom, the whole exercise thing. I guess there was a bit of humor to that, but. Whatever. Now, I did appreciate in engineering where the engineers' repairs continue and the AI defense system has to be defeated or you have to reboot it by telling a sad story. I was like, wow. The whole thing about Tahana wants pain. Yeah, I thought that was out of control. I didn't realize how racist I was in my review. I wrote Shax fights the Pa Wraith because the Cardis are here for revenge. I was like, I called them Cardis. I was like, wow, that was that's racist in the Star Trek universe. So
it could have even been a little more racist. They had another derogatory term for them.
they do, right? Actually, they had a few others, yes, but I do remember a lot of them called them Cardis. So I was like, damn. I apologize, but I still kept it in my notes. The concept of those space cows that they could cloak, that's a creative idea. And it was a Camarian, right? The vendor or whoever they were talking about. Wasn't it a Camarian from DS9?
I don't remember.
I don't
I
And
don't
his
remember.
disguise is that right? Was that his disguise? That was a canary.
Oh, the vendor, right? That's there at first. That's right. He is in a disguise. Yeah, that one. Is that a Camarian? Because they were trying to do a deal with them, right? DS9 and the Camarians before the those guys from the Delta Quadrant start showing up, or the Beta Quadrant, the Jem'Hadar. I think it was them, but that's okay. It was neat seeing the engineering set, but guys, that was it. That was it. Ransom faking his nap, and at the very end, T-Lin made a joke at Mariner's expense. Boom! I did chuckle just a little bit at that. That was it. I genuinely believe it was a misfire. I genuinely feel that it is tired now, based on this episode.
Yeah.
You've heard me every week saying they've delivered for 4 years. I'm in. I'm still in because I want to see this through. But this was a significant misfire. But that was
There's,
just me.
there's sadly been a lot of those this last season, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a
I
shame.
mean, even going through with Ransom and his fake sleeping, do you honestly think that he would have stayed fake sleeping while the aliens were actually attacking the ship? I mean, Ransom's Ransom, but come on, that was really dumb, right?
That was a little much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose that's the thing. All those sort of little side missions that each main character had didn't have any bearing on the main story, and that kind of seemed unbelievable.
Yeah. I totally see that too.
I will acknowledge just what Aaron said right now. There was a lot going on if you think about it. You know, Star Trek has an A and a B, and sometimes we get lucky and get a C storyline. There's a lot of. I mean, yes, they're all tied in together because of. But now, and the reference to the PAW race. I thought that was kind of cool that Shax was fighting one. You know, they had the red eyes that everyone made fun of in the reviews. It's like, oh, you know, it's a demon because it has red eyes. I thought that was very funny, and they kept to that. I thought that was kind of cool. There was a little bit in Shax's story. In the same way that Greg got the Tahana, I guess I was into the Shax story a little bit. So, but beyond that, yeah, sorry, folks. That was a misfire.
Well, I have noticed we have a lot of people in the chat room, and they're not saying a word.
So, if we may do a roll call.
Yeah, a roll call. Oh, we just got a like, though. I think.
No, that's been there for a while.
No, okay, I missed that. Okay.
Folks, let us know what your thoughts are on
I say that and everybody leaves. Oh, I can't believe it.
Oh, I know.
Dude, sometimes they do. It's like you turn the lights on and they
go, run away. Run away.
It's audience participation, nobody live.
That was funny. I like that. I did appreciate how Freeman was trying to visit with everyone. That was kind of cool.
On her list.
Yeah, on her list. That's what I was talking about the pad earlier. And then how Admiral Freeman showed up. That was kind of neat. That was
nice. And Mariner didn't believe anybody.
Oh,
my dad's
right.
not here. No. Why are you lying?
Yeah.
I also really appreciated the very niche reference of their date is the same spot that Picard has his flashbacky date from like season 2 of TNG or season 1 of TNG, something like that.
Yeah, but for me, all the fourth wall and other series references didn't work with the Upper Deck crew.
Yeah.
It was like anti-funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Anti-funny. Ooh.
Guys, I didn't find it funny. I really didn't. There were touching moments, but yeah, that's what I mean. And Greg, thank you for that. Anti-funny.
The only thing I giggled at was the very end with the space cows when one of them like rolled up like a pill bug and like was rolling along behind the bigger ones. That was the only thing I chuckled at in the whole episode.
Really? So you also chuckled once, right?
Yes.
Same thing for me with T'Lyn at the joke at the very end. That was it. How many times did you laugh, Michael? Or even chuckle? Ooh. Commander Cooper?
I chuckled at T'Lyn. Not T'Lyn. Tahana.
Tahana. Okay. Commander Cooper? You might, yeah.
Yeah, no, I knew I was muted. I was talking to my daughter.
Sorry, daughter.
It's,
How many times did you laugh out loud or chuckle or even smile? Smile, it still counts, guys.
I
This is a
smiled.
comedy.
I smiled twice. One when the doctor actually at the end spilled her soup and was in pain because it was hot.
Yes.
Okay, and the other I smiled was when Mariner's parents had their anniversary thing, and I thought that was sweet. Other than that, that entire episode so disgusted me. It was, yeah.
I didn't smile. I laughed once, genuinely, at the T'Lyn trying to do it. Aaron, how many times did you smile and or laugh or chuckle?
I don't actually remember if I laughed. I know my partner, when we were watching it, laughed when the space whale at the end does the little roll thing.
Oh.
I remember that, actually. So
Yeah.
there you go. Um,
Cheers to the Aarons for that.
I remember rolling my eyes when the engineer started talking, the junior officer, because I think she was Australian or New Zealand, or there was a attempt at one of those accents. And we always find it really jarring when we hear an Australian accent in an American show. So we're like, oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Maybe people that listen to this will think the same. They'll hear all you speak, and then they'll hear me, and they're like, oh, God.
I have to share with you, Aaron.
I'm not gonna say
There was this production out of Arkansas.
Mhm.
Dude, they were okay. Okay, they were storytellers, and it's up to you to evaluate the quality. But they all had Southern accents, and it killed me, Aaron. And Michael knows who I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And I'm not making fun of them because what they try to do, they're storytellers. I'm not making fun of them. I'm making fun of the fact that they all had country bumpkin accents.
Ooh.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And the captain switched from having a mustache to no mustache in the same episode.
That was funny. But okay.
But there were reasons. But that's
Yeah,
Was
and like
Jim
I
the
said,
captain in that one?
Hmm?
Was Jim the captain in that one?
No.
no,
Okay.
this I'll tell you off air. I'm surprised you don't know, but that's okay.
He might not.
Yeah, he may not. Yeah.
Might
Well, I
be
know
before
there's been
his
some
time,
people on our cast that had pretty good Southern accents.
No, dude. Oh,
but
you
didn't
thought I
have the
was going-
mustache come and go, right?
No,
We'll
Jim
see that,
kept his
yeah.
mustache. Yeah.
Greg, check and please don't put me on blast. Check the private chat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. They put on a lot of episodes, guys. Don't get me
They did.
wrong.
They
They
did.
did. That's why I said they're storytellers. But it was just funny that they all had Southern accents. So when Aaron says it was jarring, it was very jarring for me. So, yeah. But we're way off track. So
No,
are you familiar with them, Greg?
The
Okay,
only
now-
thing I've only seen the CG from it. I haven't actually seen the final edit.
I've seen the CG from it. That's a statement. But that's okay. They're good people.
How to say you work in fan films without saying you work in fan films?
I say.
That's what Greg just did.
Oh, really? That I didn't see the final edit.
Oh, that's very good. Very good. Commander Cooper, that was good. I like
I
that.
haven't even watched the Farragut Forward yet, and I missed the two last week that were supposed to lead up to ours from tomorrow, coming out tomorrow. So it's like,
Oh. Yeah, you know.
well, you've been doing other things.
yeah, like I found my V discs and I've been binging V for tomorrow night.
Well, tomorrow morning.
Oh my God, it's at 10 a.m. I thought it was 10
AM.
p.m.
A.M.
AM.
Star Wars Skeleton Crew is
It's
on
9 p.m.
at 9 p.m. your time.
But
You're more than
Okay.
welcome,
Me
Greg, to
is
join
8,
us.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
I've watched it, but I haven't made up my mind on it. So we'll see.
Okay. Sounds fair. All right. Well, any other comments, guys? I really thought our intro was going to last longer than the review, and I think I was close.
Nah. We've been 22 minutes longer than the intro.
Okay, fair enough. I appreciate that. Anything else in there, guys?
Let's see. I had the engineering
Oh!
guy to Anna's B&D stuff.
Okay, that's very good.
and the Bill Bug space cow. Yep. Nope. Got it all.
Okay. There was another phrase I wanted to show up, and that was the engineering one. He says, plasma. No, they're talking about the plasma flow. And she asks, even if I die, everyone dies. But it is the engineers that really get to live. I was like, okay. I may not have chuckled, but I did appreciate that line. I did write it down, so it was good. Who was that character? Stevens? I never knew that character, but tells Tahana straight out, I'm the only one that tolerates you. So that was kind of interesting.
I think it's Nurse Westlake, isn't it? It's
Oh,
like another character that they always reference, but you never see, I think.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it looked like a new character to me. I didn't catch the character's name. I didn't look at the credits, so.
Westlake. Yeah, they may have mentioned them before. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, and the guy Bingston Jr.'s one-man show. I think at the very end when he comes in and saves or Tahana survives the kill shot. And scene.
I think that's where I laughed. That was the
Oh,
one
okay.
laugh.
I mean, thinking of it now is funny. But yeah.
I might have laughed at that. No, I forgot about that.
Here's one bit of trivia that I discovered because it was driving me crazy. That Clickett, that was pretending to be the ecologist or whatever that was coming that wanted to milk the cows or whatever. He made a statement. It's like, see, I think that we've had some dealings with this before with the Cerritos. And I got thinking about that, and I went through. I'm going, I know I've seen this guy. I know I've seen this guy, and I'm going through all these old clips, and I figured out where I'd seen him before. It was actually in season 1 of the Veritas, in the same character. That was the only thing that was bugging me.
What was that episode about?
I get it. Bugging me.
Said season 1, which episode? Do you remember?
I'm not finding it.
We actually got a like on that one. Thanks, Frank. We got another international audience member giving us a like on that. Did you say it was Veritas?
It's Veritas, yeah. I don't remember what the episode where
I'm
it
not
came.
remembering either.
No. If we go to Alpha something or other.
Oh, it was the one where they're they think they're on trial, but then it turns out to be a party.
Yeah.
And they had like the horn of honesty or something
Oh,
like that.
that one, yeah.
Okay, I just looked it up. It's episode 8 of season 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one, I wasn't too nuts about that one.
Yeah, same thing. Well, it might be the title of the episode. He is still a doofus. That might be it. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Some dog's arguing with me, but we'll see. Yeah, that's it. Oh, the whole thing about Barnes becoming a proto cave woman or something, and she's got the unibrow.
Oh, God. That was as bad as the making light of PTSD.
Oh, I know. It was horrible.
Okay. Yeah. You'd never keep somebody on the ship like that.
That's right. Wouldn't they send him to that ship of special projects?
I would say she'd be in Starfleet Medical or something, institutionalized.
Or just have them transferred to the USS Tribble.
Yeah.
No, I deal with enough of you nuts anyway. Thank you.
You're funny.
I'm looking at least 3 of you. Aaron is the only sane one on here.
Thank you.
Betrayed.
No comment.
No one heard it.
No, but we can lip read.
And it was done on purpose. So, all right. Well,
did anybody really need to hear it? I mean,
they didn't.
Your expression was.
Oh, did I really sell it? Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you always do.
Yeah, dude. I have no filter, do I? I have none. I cannot play poker. Cannot for anything.
I am dreading having to be in meetings in person for the first time in 4 years.
Oh wow!
When is that going to start, or don't you know yet?
Next spring, this coming spring.
That's not far away at all.
No, it's not.
I was lucky, guys. In all those meetings, I would take notes, so I was always looking down. So I would make faces when I was looking down. That's the only way I survived 33 years with my employer.
Well, the leadership training is when people are talking, we're supposed to be looking them in the eye.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, try to get a bunch of civil servants to do that.
About as good as getting a bunch of IT geeks to do
Oh
that.
yeah. That's funny. All right. Well, you got my comments. Commander Cooper, do you have anything else you wish to add?
Nope, that was it.
Michael?
No, that's it. I think we
Greg?
covered more than I thought we would.
Yeah, we did. Greg?
Are we bothering to grade?
No. No.
Alright.
Well, let me get the last comments. Did you have
Okay.
anything else? Greg?
Nope.
Aaron?
No, nothing to add.
Now, before we grade, well, did you guys want to grade it? Because
No.
No.
it's going to get a very low score for me. And sometimes getting rid of the curve, getting rid of the grade, just say, okay, lowest grade dropped. That might
would
be
be
where we
mine.
are. Aaron, there are 2 episodes left. Are you positive? Are you cautiously optimistic, or what's your feeling going forward? I mean, are you even in on the? I'm not trying to be rude. I just they've had significant misfires now.
I feel like, for the most part, all the season finales, especially like the 2-part ones, have really been good. So I'm hoping that the finale will be good. And we still have the Harry Kim thing to come, so sure, hopefully that
Oh,
isn't
that's
screwed up.
right. That is
Maybe
right.
that'll save it for
Yep.
now.
It was kind of funny, the stuff you're still ensigns or something like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Greg, 2 more episodes.
Yeah, I agree with Aaron. My feeling's been they're just working towards the finale, and I hope they put more into the finale than they have into the rest of the season so far.
I have to tell you that, and you've heard me every week, sorry, about that I have faith in the creators. And even if it does turn bad, little did I know how much my own thoughts would come to pass. That I'm still in. They earned my attention. Guys, you look back in seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4, we laughed more. So much more. And I still say that. While I am personally disappointed, I don't feel that they're mailing it in. I just feel that they did so freaking well for so long that they've come down to earth.
Well, I'm gonna give them the same criticism I gave the Strange New Worlds last season. It's like, okay, you're only giving us a handful of episodes a season, and you're throwing away so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even though they were standalone and stuff, very good.
Because
Greg.
I mean, if you think back to some of the seasons of like Next Generation and Voyager, it's like so many of those are unrewatchable. But
But they
you
also
know,
had
when you have
4 episodes in that season too.
yeah, so I
No,
mean
10.
that leaves what 16 out of the first season that are actually decent. And here, if you have 4 bad episodes, it only leaves 6.
6.
Yeah. Good point. Commander Cooper. Same question about the last 2 episodes going forward.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't even say cautiously optimistic. I have been burned so bad before with the hype and the build up to finals, a couple of final episodes with different shows, and have been severely let down. With this now leading up to having these multiple bad shows, I don't even get the lead up anymore to it. So I will be very surprised if it actually makes a hit.
Maybe they're hoping no one will start like writing to have it continue if the last season is like horrible. Unlike Enterprise that actually knocked it out of the park on their last season.
Yeah, interesting. Michael.
I'm going to keep going with it. I'm not saying, oh, it's going to be great. I've gone through, this will be the 5th season. I'm just going to finish it off. And I'm hoping that it's great episodes, the last 2, but if it's not, it's not. So there's other episodes I can rewatch and have a good time.
Let me ask a final other question. I apologize, and which just escaped me. I had it formulated, and I apologize. it had to do with the ending. But damn it, I thought it was a good question too. But as quickly
Well,
as
we'll find out in 2 weeks.
yeah. Damn it. Yeah, I apologize. It was a good question, but okay. Yeah, guys. I guess I want to say again, and I apologize for repeating myself. They've earned my attention. They have, and there's no doubt. I have to tell you, season 4, kudos to them, because we were so invested, all of us. Remember that? I mean,
Yeah.
that was amazing,
Yeah.
and we got close. Oh, I feel like someone cut the budget at Paramount. He said, "All right, you got to kill your budget by 30%." That's what it feels like, which is not possible because of what they're doing. But
Well, did they cut it out of like reading the scripts multiple times and making sure that they were funny?
oh, that's interesting. I don't know.
No, I mean, these all feel like first drafts. They're awkward.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm watching. I look forward to seeing you guys here, and hopefully we'll be able to finish this off. Like I said, they've earned my attention, and based on you guys being here still in the 8th episode, I think they have. Guys, they've made me laugh, and I'm eternally grateful. Oh, I think this is my final question, Michael. Michael and I watched it from day one, and we were very quiet because many people in our universe weren't watching it or flat out disliked it. Remember that, Michael?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't a fan either at first, so
Was I the
one of
one that
those-
actually pushed you to watch it?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I did, and it wasn't my favorite. The first season was not my favorite. I had to get used to it because it was so different
Yes.
than anything else I had seen in the Star Trek universe. So
Yeah.
it took me, second season, I started to appreciate it.
When episode 10, which I have referenced almost everything, I said, Michael, have you seen the last episode? And
No.
he had not, and he did. Is that when it turned for you?
It helped.
It
It
helped.
helped.
Okay. Because to this day, folks, that is still one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Even though I do like the 3rd season finale when the Cerritos is getting butchered by the 3 Alamo ships, and Mariner shows up, and they're like, Mariner, get out of here. You have no chance. No, I brought help. Every Cerritos class ship, California class ship, I thought that was cool. I
That was
really
cool.
did like that. Yeah, that was. And obviously the season finale 1 and 2 of season 4 was really good. But
For me, it was the scuttlebutt on all the Easter eggs. I mean, obviously, I got two behind me right here, and it's like I didn't catch them in the first episode because I was so focused on, oh my god, they're like butchering the idea of Star Trek. But like when I started hearing about the things they were doing, and then I had heard that they actually had they used the toy helmet with the siren,
Yeah.
with the strobe on
episode
top.
10.
And like, okay, I'm getting what they're doing now. I'm gonna rewatch this.
Okay. Commander Cooper, when did you get in? Or how did you get into Lower Decks?
My nephew actually was he's a big different Star Wars and some Star Trek stuff, and he was actually watching it and kept telling me, "Oh, it's funny, get into it." And I got into it, started watching about halfway through the first season, and it didn't really grab me until the second season.
Yeah. So.
Michael was probably tired of me because I was telling about each episode, but I did say, Michael, I think I'm out. Episode 3 had something that infuriated me as a Star Trek fan, and I was so angry. And I gave it a week, and I went back. I'm like, why was I angry? So I don't know. Aaron, when were you in on Lower Decks?
I feel like it was probably towards the end of the first season. I think the Crisis Point episode, like where Mariner makes a movie, I think that was when I was like, the premise of this show is that the characters are Star Trek fans. Like, I feel like as Star Trek fans, when someone makes fun of Star Trek, you're very proprietorial and defensive about it because you love it and someone else doesn't understand it. Whereas I think the love for this show is the fact that the people making it and the people in it love Star Trek too. And so they're not making fun of Star Trek, they're pulling out references of Star Trek to make new stories, and I think that's where it's strongest.
That's good to know. I think that might have been the question that I had, and then lost it. When did you guys get in on it? So that's really cool to know. I just, like I said, I was in from day one. I was willing to give it a shot. And like I said, I was pissed off, very pissed off, because I think Michael saw that one, and I don't want to talk about it. I was rather angry, but I came back to it and it was gone. And I, to this day, don't know what. That's where Mariner's drunk and she's doing the shield, the blast shield or whatever. Where it keeps going up and down in the shuttle. It was that episode that I just lost my mind, and I don't know what it was. So I'm glad. So I guess I went back with the second line. Okay. That was good, guys. I appreciate those last two impromptu questions. I'm holding out. No, actually, I'm not. I'm watching the episode because I want to. They've delivered. I'm hoping they deliver. I guess I am holding out hope. All right, guys. Thank you. We did spend a bit of time on this one, but it was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Are there any announcements that anyone, Michael?
Yeah, let's see. People want to listen to our ramblings about V, the original TV series, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be discussing episodes 1 to 5.
Yep.
And then if you're into Star Wars, we've got the new Skeleton Crew episodes 1 and 2 we're going to talk about at 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And if you're into the Ark and Dean Devlin Productions, we will be having one of the founding partners of Electric Entertainment, which we are excited about.
Yep. Rachel
O'Shawn Wilson, and
Yep.
it will be 2 p.m. Eastern time, and that's Wednesday the 11th, and 11 a.m. Pacific time. So we are very excited to talk to her about all of the programs of Electric Entertainment that she has been involved with, and ARC, and she's been involved with almost all of them.
Wow.
So I got to meet her personally at the ElectricCon in Louisiana a couple of months ago, and I talked to her, texted her a lot, on the phone and everything, and meeting her in person was really cool. So I'm looking forward to this.
Aaron, I know you gave an announcement last week, but if you would do it again on some of the stuff that you have out.
Oh,
He
right.
goes, "What are you talking about?"
I know, I'm sorry, Aaron. It's my thick Latin accent. I apologize.
Yeah, so we have a short film out at the moment called Renaissance, which can be found on our channel. There was a third one that was supposed to come out either last week or the coming week, but it's not at the moment. We're still waiting on some music for it. So yeah, but hopefully before Christmas there'll be a third little short. I think it's like a 3-minute short that's based on Outbreak, which is a story we did 2 years ago. So
Exciting.
Yeah.
Greg. Oh, and that's at Voyages Fan Film, as the handle is right under Aaron's name right there, folks. Check it out. Sorry, Greg.
Constar the Motion Picture premieres tomorrow night on YouTube.
What time?
I believe it's 9 Eastern.
Shouldn't it be at 17:01
What?
at 5:01? Didn't you guys
Or
do that, Michael?
10:17.
Or very good. 10:17. Yeah, you never know. I thought that was neat when they would debut at 5:01 p.m. For those that knew, that's 17:01. That was really good. Okay. What else, Greg? Is it just that one that you guys have coming out right away?
It is 23 hours, 8 p.m. Eastern. 5
Okay.
p.m. Pacific.
That's cool. All right. Well, we're looking forward to that. Commander Cooper, do you have anything?
No, I think Michael covered the same stuff I was going to cover. So
I do want to say that I'm out the door right now as we finish. I'm heading over to the hall because we are having, and you can see it on my Facebook page, we have Toys for Tots, Knights of Columbus in El Monte, California. We're doing it tonight from 6 p.m. until midnight. I don't think I'm going to be there till midnight, but I'm going to be there at least from 6 to 9. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm learning all there is to be one of the Knights of Columbus, or as they say, halfway to Jedi Knight. That's okay. Some people might get mad at that, but hey, it is what it is. I got Knight in there. That's why I said I'm halfway there. So it's all good. And guys, I am starting to get a bit melancholy about this, but I still enjoy it. Having these conversations with you are just absolutely awesome. And even though the material may not be there this time, I still enjoy these conversations. They're really good. I love hearing your insight because I think you will all agree with me. All of us bring something to the table that the rest of us missed. And that is why it's so cool to have this, because someone catches something that the rest of us did not. And putting the review together is really a lot of fun. I eternally thank all of you. And to quote Shax, we are going to continue to fight with the astral projection of our rages as we do this moving forward. And that's what he said. Astral projection. I'm like, what is that? But we're going to do that. as we
Those
move forward.
Bajorans.
Yes,
Those
Guardians.
wacky Bajorans.
Yep. So, folks, all kidding aside, to everyone at Lower Decks, we're still fans. We love you. We appreciate you. And we can't wait to see what you're delivering. But we also want to be fair and honest with you guys. So, we far from dislike. You guys have done an incredible job so far. We're in, and we want to see where it goes. And we'll see. We'll see. All right. I think that's going to be it. Greg, would you like to take us out in the episode?
Thank you very much for joining us. Follow us on ndbmedia.net. Tune in next week for episode 9. Look for our other productions and live long and prosper.